Hi friends, welcome to the mid-market webinar. So we'll just wait a minute or so, 1-2 minute रुकते हैं, and then we'll start with the session. So welcome to all our friends. We'll start with the presentation. Thank you to all who have taken the time out and who have joined. So आज एक major correction आया है markets में. So let us discuss the chart structure for Nifty at the current juncture and what it holds for the next few trading sessions. So if you see the chart structure specifically for Nifty, there has been a pullback back into the breakout range. तो जो breakout हमने देखा था, specifically if you see the sharp breakout that we got on Thursday, that is 26th of June, वो expiry के दिन हमको breakout मिला था, but that breakout has not been able to sustain. If you see the rectangle chart pattern breakout जो निफ्टी में आया था, the expectation was the trend would continue on the upside, but it looks like there has been a pullback back into the consolidation range. तो अभी फिलहाल we have witnessed in today's trading session, we have witnessed a breach below the psychological mark of 25,000. Currently Nifty का जो value है, that is 24,940 is the current value of the index. So it's trading closer towards the low point of the day. तो आज का low जो है, that is if you see 24,918, and currently we are trading at 24,940 levels. So there has been a breakdown on the daily chart. तो पिछले 2-3 दिन तो एटलीस्ट एक साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन था. द इंडेक्स वाज ट्रेडिंग एब्सोल्युटली रेंज बाउंड. कल भी जब निफ्टी का एक्सपायरी था, द इंडेक्स वाज रेंज बाउंड. बट आज के ट्रेडिंग सेशन में देयर हैज बीन अ शार्प करेक्शन ऑफ नियरली 180 points which has been seen in the index. So one of the major reasons for the sharp correction is the dip which has been seen in bank nifty as well. तो हम लोग बैंक निफ्टी के बारे में बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं, बट वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजंस फॉर टुडेज करेक्शन दैट वी आर सीइंग इज द शार्प करेक्शन दैट वी हैव सीन इन बैंक निफ्टी. कल एक्सिस बैंक का रिजल्ट था, एंड पोस्ट द रिजल्ट if you see, Axis Bank is down about 4.5%. So that has been one of the major contributors towards today's correction in the market. Going forward, if you see Nifty option chain specifically, the bulls are completely not out of the picture. अगर option chain को हम लोग analyze करें, even though the index has breached the psychological mark of 25,000, 25,000 के पुट ऑप्शन में अभी भी हाईएस्ट OI है. वीकली सीरीज अगर देखा जाए, अभी भी 86,000 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है. 86,074 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स आर देयर. डेफिनेटली कॉल साइड पे एडिशन हुआ है. देयर हैज बीन हेवी कॉल राइटिंग ऑफ नियरली 110,000 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. दैट्स अ शार्प एडिशन which has been seen in today's series, the weekly series, that is sharp OI addition हुआ है. The traders are expecting कि even though there is a pullback, it will not be major. But do note that this particular weekend is a very result loaded weekend. तो 3 बड़े बड़े कंपनीज का रिजल्ट है. So today itself we have the results of Reliance Industries, which would be announced post market hours. उसके बाद on the weekend, that is tomorrow, and that is tomorrow itself, we have the results of HDFC and ICICI Bank. तो अगर देखा जाए, ये 3 स्टॉक का वेटेज ही इंडेक्स में ऑलमोस्ट 31% का वेटेज है. रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज का वेटेज जो है निफ्टी के अंदर, इट स्टैंड्स एट 8.95. फिर HDFC बैंक हैज द हाईएस्ट वेटेज विद इन द इंडेक्स. उसका वेटेज है 13.3, और ICICI का बैंक का वेटेज है 8.83. तो ये तीनों स्टॉक्स का अगर हम लोग एनालिसिस करें, सी यू कैन गेट दिस इंडाइसेस का वेटेज डायरेक्टली. आपको निफ्टी इंडाइसेस करके एक वेबसाइट है. इफ यू गो ओवर देयर, you will get the direct composition of the index. So that's also a very useful way to analyze the expectation or the movement of the market. So if you see Nifty indices में HDFC का highest weightage है of 13.31. Then we have the weightage of ICICI Bank, which is 8.83, and oil and gas sector के अंदर, that is Reliance Industries, has a very heavy weightage of 8.95. So ये तीन stocks का जो weightage है, that comes almost close to 31%. So all the three stocks would be announcing their results over the course of the weekend. So on Monday, definitely we'll be having a sharp reaction in the market, either on the positive side or on the negative side, based on the result outcome. We'll have to wait and see how the actual results come about. But I just wanted to highlight that there is still hope that the breakdown which has come today, there could be a slight pullback if the index, अगर levels के बारे में बात करें, specifically for Nifty, currently we are at 24,932. If you see from an intraday basis, we have reached the first support level, that is 24,960. We were expecting the index to hold support closer towards that level, but that level has been taken out. So the next major support, if you see on the downside, comes about 24,800 levels. So that would be the psychological support zone for the market. Generally, when the index takes out the key levels, such as round numbers, large round numbers, we tend to have about 150 points movement below that. And still, if the trend continues below that, then we can decisively tell that the 25,000 level has been clearly breached on the downside. तो एट करंट जंक्चर जो है 24,800 जो है निफ्टी के लिए बहुत ही क्रूशियल जोन रहेगा, एंड दैट वुड बी द मेन लेवल टू वॉच आउट फॉर फ्रॉम अ नियर टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव. Now coming to the update regarding Sensex. So अगर Sensex में भी देखा जाए तो वापस similar chart pattern. Sensex also has witnessed a sharp pullback and it has breached the key mark of 82,000. तो index में same constituents we have the likes of Reliance, HDFC and ICICI, which would be announcing their results. But the chart pattern is similar. Over the last 3-4 trading sessions, it was a sideways consolidation. एंड आज के ट्रेडिंग सेशन में एक शार्प डिप देखने को मिला है, क्लियरली इंडिकेटिंग दैट एट प्रेजेंट द रिजल्ट्स आर नॉट दैट ग्रेट. एटलीस्ट फंडामेंटल काउंटर्स की अगर फंडामेंटल बात करें तो एटलीस्ट आईटी स्टॉक्स जो है अभी तक उनके रिजल्ट्स उतने पॉजिटिवली आए नहीं है. द लाइक्स ऑफ टीसीएस, एचसीएल टेक. तो अगर निफ्टी आईटी की भी हम लोग चार्ट देखेंगे, wherein you can clearly see there has been a sharp correction on the daily time frame. So that has been one of the major reasons for the correction in the market currently. Coming to the quick update regarding Bank Nifty. तो Bank Nifty जो लगातार outperform कर रहा था, see this was one of the few indices that had hit a fresh all-time high. Nifty was still quite a distant away. Nifty का all-time high अगर देखा जाए, it was still about 600 points away, 500 to 600 points away. But Bank Nifty, due to the sharp strength we had seen, had hit a fresh lifetime high. But post that, the index has gone into a phase of consolidation. We'll have to wait and watch how the results come out for the two heavyweight stocks. तो अगर Bank Nifty के अंदर ही देखा जाए, Bank Nifty will just take once again the composition, because that's also very important. Bank Nifty. So if you go over here, indices, you come to sectorial indices, then we go to Nifty Bank. So if you come to Nifty Bank and you come on the downside and we go to the composition, you can clearly see within the private sector banks, the index composition. So within this composition, if you see HDFC and ICICI Bank, the two banks which are set to announce its results, have a weightage of more than 50%. बैंक निफ्टी का 50% से ज्यादा वेटेज ये दो बैंक्स में है. एचडीएफसी बैंक हैज अ वेटेज ऑफ 28.4 और आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का जो वेटेज है दैट इज 25%. सो नेट 53.4% is almost the weightage of these two banks itself. So that would be the major trigger, and along with that the markets would wait out for the results of SBI. तो SBI का भी जो वेटेज है, it is the highest within the PSU banking space. So 8.64. So these are the three results that Bank Nifty will be cleanly watching out for in the next few trading sessions. but clearly the outperformance which was seen, the index has come to a bit of pause. The main reason being for the correction in Bank Nifty is clearly the correction in Axis Bank. तो अगर Axis Bank का chart देखा जाए, clearly the stock has witnessed a sharp correction. The one thing positive is post the opening, there has been a slight pullback. So it's not trading at the low point of the day. The low point was 1086. From that we have witnessed about 30 point का pullback आया है markets में, I mean stock में. That's a positive, but nonetheless it does not look positive. Clearly you can see the stock has given a breakdown on the daily chart. अगर support पहले support level देखा जाए, it was closer towards 1160 1165 levels, and that has clearly been breached in today's trading session. And Axis also has a good weightage within Bank Nifty, and it's a bit of a concern for the index. So that's why आज के trading session में Bank Nifty almost 500 point down है, mainly to do with the sharp correction of nearly 4.5%, which is being seen in Axis Bank. सो इंडेक्स में जब भी आप ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, जैसे कि निफ्टी में, बैंक निफ्टी में, आपको इंडेक्स कॉम्पोजिशन समझना बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. कौन से स्टॉक्स में रैली आ सकता है, कौन से स्टॉक्स में प्रेशर आ रहा है, कौन से स्टॉक्स इंडेक्स को ड्राइव कर सकते हैं फ्रॉम अ शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव, because those it's not an entire market representation, it's just few stocks which have very high weightage, which actually move the market. So we have, like I mentioned, quite a few large cap companies which would be announcing their results over the weekend. Now coming to the broader market, तो ब्रॉडर मार्केट में भी एक स्लाइट कूल ऑफ देखने को मिल रहा है. तो अगर आप देखोगे, देयर वाज अ वेरी गुड पार्टिसिपेशन फ्रॉम द ब्रॉडर मार्केट ऑन 14th एंड 15th ऑफ जुलाई. तो ये मंथ, आई मीन ये वीक के स्टार्ट में अगर देखा जाए, देयर वाज गुड पार्टिसिपेशन फ्रॉम द मिड कैप स्टॉक्स इन द रैली, but that has been cooled off in the last 3 trading sessions. अगर एडवांस डिक्लाइन के बारे में बात करें, the advanced decline ratio has not been that favorable over the course of the last 3-4 trading sessions. So the markets, the broader markets are also in a cool off phase. What I basically mean by this is, कोई भी स्टॉक में एक शार्प कंटिन्यूअस मूव देखने को नहीं मिल रहा है. Even if the breakout comes, it is not able to sustain the breakout, or a one directional trend is not being seen in any of the counters. It's always false breakouts which are being seen. So it clearly indicates that there is no major one directional strength in the markets at the current juncture. This is same for mid cap as well as the small cap index. The small cap index also has witnessed a bit of a cool off in the last 2-3 trading sessions. So clearly indicating that the markets may be in for a bit of a pause at the current juncture. तो इंडेक्स के लिए एक और ट्रिगर भी जो है दैट मार्केट्स आर वेटिंग फॉर इज द यूएस ट्रेड डील. तो ये ट्रेड डील का भी आउटकम अभी तक आया नहीं है. मार्केट्स आर कीनली अवेटिंग इट बिकॉज दिस हैज सिग्निफिकेंट implications, because this has, even though it's not what you say, it's a sentimental factor which drives the market, and markets are keenly waiting for what would be the impact of the trade tariffs that US considers to impose on India. So hopefully we get something positive from there, which could have a positive rub-off effect on the markets. Now coming to individual sectors. So one by one we'll go through the individual sectors. So first up is the Nifty Auto Index. So if you see the auto index, it is relatively outperforming at the current juncture, even though the markets are under a bit of pressure. We have the Nifty Auto Index, which is trading close to lifetime highs. So that particular index is definitely in a strong momentum. If you see clearly, means at least the swing highs are being tested. If not the lifetime highs, at least the swing highs are being tested at the current juncture. And one of the major reasons is the strong surge which is being seen in auto stocks, especially the likes of Mahindra and Mahindra. Even though today is a bit of a sideways consolidation, the likes of Mahindra and Mahindra, Hero MotoCorp, these stocks are witnessing a decent traction on the upside. Another sector which was doing good till recently was the FMCG sector. आज थोड़ा FMCG sector में थोड़ा pressure देखने को मिला है. It's almost all the indices which are coming under a bit of pressure trade today. But Nifty FMCG is one sector that we believe based on the positive monsoon that we have received so far, could do well. Monsoon has a very huge bearing on the FMCG performance. These are stocks which generally tend to do good whenever the country receives a good rainfall. So currently we are trading close to the resistance levels itself. तो अगर देखा जाए डेली चार्ट पे resistance level for the FMCG index is closer towards 57,000 to 5,300 levels. But we are seeing good momentum, especially in the likes of HUL, then ITC. All these counters are witnessing a gradual uptick on the positive side. The other major sector that I mentioned is which is witnessing a bit of pressure is the IT index. So clearly you can see the IT index has come under a bit of pressure. This clearly came out after the results of TCS. So Thursday को TCS का result announcement, last Thursday that is, when the results came out of TCS, this index was in a wait and watch mode. But post the result announcement, there was a clean breakdown on the daily chart, and the index, which was trading closer towards 38,000 levels, has almost witnessed a 1,000 point correction on the downside. So now currently we are at 37,157 odd levels. So clearly IT sector जो है, अगर index का weightage में देखा जाए, so if I just go to the weightages once again, it's very important to understand from a weightage perspective and why the index comes under pressure when few stocks underperform. So if you see the weightage of a stock like TCS has a very high weightage within the Nifty index. So if you just come and just see in information technology has a weightage of 11.55. And if you see stocks like Infosys is yet to announce its result, but we already have Tech Mahindra, TCS, and HCL Tech, which have announced their results. So TCS has a weightage of 3.01, and the results came in slightly disappointing for that particular counter, which resulted in the pressure on the downside in the IT index. So from a short-term perspective, that is one index which is expected to relatively underperform till the time there is a pullback or we witness decent numbers which come out from Infosys. That looks challenging at the current juncture, but technically, if you see, the main resistance level would be closer towards the mark of 38,400, 38,700 level. So that particular zone would continue to remain the key resistance level for the Nifty IT index from a short to medium term perspective. One index which is expected to do relatively well till the time there is no announcement of tariff is the pharma index. So if you see, the pharma index has witnessed a sharp rally over the past few trading session. आज का trading session छोड़ दो, because today the entire markets have come under a bit of pressure. But overall, the chart structure for Nifty Pharma continues to remain relatively positive. And अगर ratio charts के बारे में बात करें, clearly the ratio chart of Nifty Pharma versus the Nifty index is clearly outperforming. And pharma has been one of the best performing indices. अगर लास्ट 3-4 महीने के बारे में बात करें तो निफ्टी फार्मा has been one of the best performing indices in the markets. So clearly there is pockets of buying opportunity over there in stock specific action. Before going to stock specific charts, we'll just have a look at Brent oil and the S&P 500. So surprisingly, even though our markets are underperforming, the US markets are clearly on a phenomenal surge. तो कल के trading session में भी US markets hit a fresh lifetime high. So they gave a closing at 6,297, but it was close to its all-time high, that is 6,304. तो clearly US markets में काफी अच्छा strength देखने को मिल रहा है, especially in S&P 500 and the Nasdaq index. तो Nasdaq में the Nvidia का जो stock है, it has a very high weightage, and Nvidia stocks are trading at lifetime high levels. The chip maker is one of the most sought of stocks in the entire world, and that's one of the main reasons for the US markets doing good. They have all the product companies. उनका IT और हमारे IT में काफी difference है. The stocks in the IT index in the US markets are mostly product based companies, while the stocks in our markets are mostly service based companies. So a like to like comparison of a stock in the US markets would be Accenture, on how Accenture performs, and that definitely has a correlation with the IT stocks in our market. A slightly worrisome chart is also the chart of the dollar index. So if you see the dollar index, there has been a pullback to the tune of 98.4. तो डॉलर इंडेक्स जो कंटिन्यूस डाउन ट्रेंड में था, over the last 3-4 trading sessions, there has been a bit of a pullback which is seen in the dollar index. So that generally has a negative correlationship as well towards emerging markets. So if you see, अगर किसी ने भी एफ का डेटा ट्रैक किया है, करंट सीरीज में देर हैज बीन अ बिट ऑफ सेलिंग प्रेशर. जो जुलाई का सीरीज है, देर हैज बीन अ बिट ऑफ सेलिंग प्रेशर विच हैज कम अबाउट, which has led to the correction in our markets as well. So current July series में almost there is about 13,000 to 15,000 crores of sell figure from the FIs. It generally tends to do a lot, tends to do with the dollar index. Few stocks which are doing relatively outperforming are from the tourism and hotel space, as well as the cement counters. So we have the likes of ITC Hotel. तो ITC होटल का अगर चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर देखा जाए, it has been positive post its result announcement. So ITC hotels, clearly you can see good strength in this particular counter. You post its result announcement which came about on Wednesday. The counter has witnessed a good follow up move. Most of the hotel sector stocks are witnessing decent price action, and we also had the results of Indian hotels yesterday. And even if you see some of the mid level hotel stocks, there is good traction between which is being seen in that particular pocket. Other stocks which are witnessing good traction is the hotel sector, I mean the cement sector. So we have the likes of Dalmia Bharat Cement as well. So cement stocks are doing pretty okay. There has been a bit of a cool off from the high point of the day, but nonetheless, the chart structure clearly indicating that the result, there is positive momentum which is expected in this particular sector, and it is recently done relatively well in the market. So while the rest of the markets have been in a sideways consolidation mode, this particular stock has witnessed a decent rally from about 2050 odd levels towards 2200 levels on the upside. Some of the other stocks which are doing good is Kim's from the hospitality sector, then Sumichem from the chemical space. These are different pockets which are relatively outperforming. So based on the few results which have come till now, sectors like chemicals, sectors like fertilizer, cement, these are sectors which are likely to outperform during the current phase of the market. So that's it from my end. So now I'll take all the queries which are lined up for today's session. So one by one, I'll go through all the stock specific queries. So if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. So the chart so there is, I'll take one by one. So TCS we have already discussed. The chart structure is clearly on the negative side. Once again, we can just run through the chart structure of TCS to just get an understanding of the pressure which is there in that particular stock. So आप clearly देख सकते हो that TCS announced its results on last Thursday, and post that there has been a clear breakdown. जो कंसोलिडेशन जो चल रहा था स्टॉक में, closer towards the mark of 3,370, 3,350 levels, that has been breached on the daily chart, and the chart structure is clearly indicating negative price action. So this is the support zone, closer towards 3,180, 3,160. But agar stock, if the stock breaches that level as well, then we could see a correction on the downside towards 3,050 from a near term perspective. So it's not looking that positive at the current juncture for the large cap counter TCS. So there is a question. ITC Hotels is not in FNO. I don't think that particular counter is in the FNO segment. It's recently listed stock. There are a certain set of criterias which are there for a stock to get listed in the FNO space. It takes time for a counter to get listed based on the price action and based on the volumes, and they have a certain criteria. If the stock meets these criterias within the next few months, the counter could get placed within the FNO segment. So one by one, I'll just go through the stocks. So Geo Financials reported a decent set of numbers, but we have already seen the stock had witnessed a sharp rally. The stock rallied from 280 levels towards the mark of 340. So there has been a bit of profit booking which has come about in the stock. Nonetheless, if you see the daily chart of Geo Finance, it is still trading in a higher top, higher bottom chart structure. तो जब तक स्टॉक 280 290 लेवल्स के ऊपर है, we could expect the momentum to continue on the positive side for this particular counter. So if you have a position from a short to medium term perspective, even though there has been a bit of correction today, along with the market price action, we could expect the trend to continue on the positive side. Anytime the stock witnesses a pullback above the mark of 326, we could expect the rally to continue on the positive side. Now coming to Chennai Petroleum. So Chennai Petroleum, the stock is clearly showing positive price action. If you take relative strength, clearly in this particular market as well, the stock is trading with a flat bias. And over the last few trading sessions, we have witnessed a very good rally in this particular stock. So if you take from a slightly longer term perspective, the stock is trading significantly positive, and if we witness a breakout above the mark of 790, which is the previous levels, then we could see a further rally towards the mark of 840, 860 on the upside. So that's a gap zone which was previously formed. And if we get a breakout above the mark of 790, 793, we could expect a pullback rally on the upside towards the levels of 840, 860 levels. On the downside, the swing low itself would act as the support level. So the first support zone comes closer towards 702, 710 levels. So ये जो level है 710 का, closer towards 700 would be the major support zone for the stock. So till the time that particular level is not breached, we could expect the positive momentum continue. So coming to the stock of Godrej Agrovet, this stock has been in a gradual up move. अगर RSI के बारे में बात करें, which is a momentum indicator, clearly it is at 60, which is definitely positive. Current chart structure अगर दूसरे sectors के देखा जाए, तो this is one stock which is doing really well. It's clearly a bit volatile, but the chart structure is positive. So if we take out the previous आज के trading session में, it has taken out the previous swing high of 812 as well, but it has not been able to sustain above that mark. But we believe that going forward, the stock can move towards the levels of 835, 840 from an absolute short term perspective, and the support on the downside would be closer towards 776, 780 levels. तो जो previous day का low है and one candlestick below that, that would be the major support zone for the stock. Godrej Agrovet has been a consistent performer over the last few weeks or even months. So if you see the stock which was previously quoting at 654, that was the previous result when it was announced. Post that, it has witnessed a rally towards 808, 810 levels. So clearly the chart structure is on the positive side. So IndusInd Bank, even though there has been a decent rally post its previous earnings, so if you see the earnings came about last time when the earnings came about on 21st of May. Post that from 725, the stock has rallied towards 869, but it is one of the underperforming stocks within the private space. So it's extremely volatile. It's a risky counter to trade in compared to the rest of the private sector banks, mainly to do with the price action that we have seen over the last few months on, especially if you see this particular candlestick that is on 11th of March, when there was company specific news and we witnessed a sharp correction. So the chart structure is extremely volatile. Even though we have got a decent recovery in the stock, it's better to do from an intraday perspective or a trading perspective rather than investing in this counter from a longer term perspective. For investment purpose, it would be better to stick to the large cap counters like ICICI and HDFC from the banking space. HDFC, the results are there tomorrow. The company has also announced that it may consider to give a bonus to the existing shareholders as well as a special dividend. So let's see how the results actually come out. Do note that these corporate actions do not have much implication on the price action, because a bonus is just the price getting split, while special dividend definitely will have positive sentimental impact, at least on the counter. So Vari Energies, the results, if you see, came out for the counter. The stock has witnessed a decent rally, but it's a stock which has already rallied as well from the recent swing lows in April. We have seen that the stock has rallied from 1,800 odd levels towards 3,100 levels. So we have witnessed an extremely sharp rally over the past few weeks. So the counter can come into a bit of profit booking phase before the next momentum comes on the upside. Nonetheless, it's a stock which is buzzing, but it's a stock which could come under regulations as well. So in terms of tariffs, US considering to consider the tariffs on solar panels which are imported from few countries. That was a news which was there yesterday. So that's why the stock is under a bit of pressure if you see in trade today. So counter is down about, yesterday it was 2.7%, today it's about 1.5% lower respectively. Clearly, the support zone, major support zone would be a bit far away. 2,920, 2,930 would be the support zone for the counter. So Sensex weightage, I'll just have to check regarding that. This is regarding the NSE weightages. I clearly have an idea. Sensex weightages, when we do the presentation on index trading, I'll definitely discuss it at that time. It's more or less similar, but the weightage may be slightly higher since we just have 30 stocks within the index. The in terms of highest weightage, HDFC itself has the highest weightage within Sensex as well. So you could say about I mean HDFC and Reliance would be having a combined weightage of 22 to 25% within the Sensex index as well. So Sensex also would be having a sharp move based on the result outcome of these two giants. So just let's discuss regarding Reliance Industries. Do note that its results are expected today. So at the current juncture, Reliance Industries has come under a bit of pressure post its sharp rally, which we saw between once the breakout came on 20th of June. We witnessed a decent rally towards almost till 8th of July. But post that, the stock has come under a bit of pressure. Currently, the major support zone, it has come back once again closer towards the breakout. जो पहले का breakout zone था, it has once again come closer to that itself. So the stock is in a wait and watch mode. It's generally better to avoid trading during the result phase, क्योंकि कोई बोल नहीं पाएगा कि result outcome will come actually how. If you have an existing position from a longer term perspective, it's definitely a hold counter. The stock has very good, in terms of capital, it is one of the largest companies within the Indian space. So they always have room in terms of large capex expansions. So from a longer term perspective, it is definitely a portfolio stock which can be held. But from short term perspective, it has heavy weightage within the index, so it moves uh, almost similar to how the Nifty index tends to move. So now just let's go towards VIP. So VIP Industries, if you see, the stock witnessed an extremely sharp rally on 14th of July. Post that, it has gone into a bit of consolidation. But generally, if we get a move above the levels of 478, 480 levels, we could expect an extension of the price action on the upside. तो अगर आपका पोजीशन है, you should consider holding it. Looking at the chart structure, it's clearly on the positive side. If we just see the volumes also, definitely it will be that whenever we have witnessed large positive candlesticks, the volumes also have been on the positive side. The RSI has cooled off a bit, but that's okay. It's still trading at 67.82, clearly indicating that there is momentum in this particular counter. We'll have to see for the results how it is, but at a current juncture, based on the price action, it would be better. Even if you maintain a stop loss closer to 3/4 of this large candle, जब भी एक बड़ा large candle होता है, you do not have to maintain the entire low of it, because that is quite large. तो ये इसका low जो है, that is 430. So somewhere closer towards 446, 450. Also, if you maintain a stop loss and continue holding the position, that's a decent stop loss, because if it comes below that, more or less it is invalidated the large candlestick which has just formed on the daily chart. So there are few questions which are asking regarding the results. So I'll not be able to speak specifically by according to the results, but I can tell according to the chart structure. Geofinance, the results were decent. It's not an exceptional result, but decent results have come out from the company. If you have any individual queries, you can definitely get in touch with your RM, who will post the query to the fundamental research analyst, who will definitely respond back to your queries. Dilip sir, we'll take your question when we do a specific series on derivatives itself. We have our mobile application itself wherein we have derivative data. At that time, my colleague Ashwin also takes a lot of webinars. We will definitely take your query regarding the open interest of a particular strike price, and how to analyze data, and how to trade using our mobile application. We'll have a separate session regarding that, and at that point of time, we'll definitely take your query. So I'll just take a few queries fast. I'll take it for the next 5 minutes or so. So next we have. So we'll just have a quick glance regarding the defense stocks. So the likes of BEL. So clearly you can see that the stock has witnessed a sharp correction in trade today. The stock, almost all the defense counters are coming under a bit of pressure. Even Hindustan Aeronautics, if you see the daily chart, the stock has come under a bit of pressure in trade today. BEL also, Bharat Electronics. See, these are all from longer term perspective, they have a structural story. But when you're trading, it's important to maintain strict stop losses in the counters, because you get very sharp moves. So we have almost got a 10% correction in trade, and at the current juncture we have the support which is closer towards 390. But if that is taken out, then we could see a pullback towards 380, 375 levels on the downside. So if the position has been taken from a trading perspective, it's better to consider a stop loss closer towards 393 at the current juncture. Below 393, the stock could come towards 380 levels on the downside. That's where previously the stock had taken support. So we'll just take a question regarding Godrej Properties. So reality stocks, if you see, had been doing really well till mid of the June series. We had reality stocks outperforming, and it was one sector which did really well. This sector is expected to do good if you take into consideration from a medium to longer term perspective. The RBI monetary policy announcements also are positive towards rate sensitive sectors. So, the reality space is one sector which is expected to benefit from the rate cuts of the RBI monetary policy. And the stock also has done well post the sharp correction that we witnessed from mid June. Now the stock has witnessed a decent recovery. So, if you have a position, you should continue holding it with a stop loss of closer towards 2260 levels. Until the time 2260 holds, we could see a pullback towards its previous swing, which is 2470. And once that is taken out, we could move closer towards 2540 levels on the upside. But from a longer term perspective, also, this is a decent uh, a stock from the reality space. It is one of the leading counters and is expected to do good in the time frame in the months to come. So network 18 media, if you see, over the course of the last 3-4 trading sessions, has witnessed a really sharp up move. So the stock is trading in a higher top, higher bottom chart structure, and very large candlesticks have been bought with very decent amount of volumes. So we had the earnings as well, which came about, and post that we had a decent rally in this particular stock. From a longer term perspective also, if you see the weekly chart for this particular counter, the stock is doing really well. And if you take the weekly chart for it's rebounding from its previous lows, swing lows, and from a longer term perspective, we could expect the counter to move towards closer towards 70 to 72 levels. So that's where the major previous resistance lies for the stock. You can clearly see that was a large base which the stock had formed, that is closer towards the mark of 72 on the upside. So currently the stock is quoting closer towards 61, and till the time the large candlestick low, that is the mark of 54-55 level holds, we expect the positive chart structure to continue and the stock to move towards the levels of 72 on the upside. So there are still quite a few queries. I'll not be, due to time constraint, I'll not be able to take all the queries today. But please, you can always attend all our webinars. We'll try to solve as much as maximum of your queries in these sessions to come. Thank you to all our friends for having taken out the time today and having attended the webinar. We have a lot of webinars every week. We have on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have sessions on technical and derivatives. So if you have any concept related queries, you can definitely attend those webinars. Every day we have the mid market, and we try to take as many queries as possible within the session as well. So thank you so much. See you on Monday. Thank you.